Okay. If I tell you this is like the third or fourth time that I'm recording this, I am absolutely knackered. So yeah, okay, so it's Sunday night. Oh, I'm gonna start again. It's Sunday night. It's way past midnight. I think it's probably on the way towards 1 o'clock at this point. And I have work in about 5 hours. But no, I just wanted to record a quick introduction just to say one big thank you to everybody who watched, liked, subscribed, followed, all of that. Thank you so much for, I guess, supporting. In this episode, we talk about some of the lows or some of the more difficult times that we've experienced, you know, since getting married. It was actually a lot of fun recording this, I must say. I definitely did enjoy it. So do enjoy, do let me know what you think, and actually join us on Instagram. Let's carry the conversation on. Let's talk it out. Let's see what's going on. Hello and welcome to Four Wives on the Mic. You've got myself, Nikki, and I've got these lovely ladies today on the panel. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Kyrene. I run a platform called Mum, Dad & Co, which is we do date night events and we also do date night packages. And I also run Kyrene Jade Events, which is a wedding and event planning and coordination service.
Ooh, now that one I didn't know of. And yourself?
Hi, my name is Funsho. I'm founder and owner of Minx Hair UK, and I run an empowerment program for women looking to get into the IT industry.
Very powerful stuff. And yourself?
I'm Phebi. I'm the creator of Bosses and Mums, which is an online platform for mums to support mums with their confidence and starting their businesses.
Brilliant. So we've got some powerful ladies here today. Okay, so our topic for today is what has been the biggest test in your marriage? The reason why I actually came up with this question was sometimes when you get married, there's this shield that's literally right around you, and you don't talk about any issues. It's perfect and everything's good, and if you do have problems, well, you're not supposed to discuss that. Shh, don't air dirty laundry, you know.
Yeah.
But actually marriage is hard, and I guess I just wanted to find out what were some of the difficulties, or what were some of the biggest difficulties that you've had to overcome in order to kind of make your marriage work.
Alright, so to be honest, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Because I feel like I never make things into a big deal, if
okay.
that makes any sense. Challenges, I would say spending time together, remembering that you have to spend time together, making sure that, you know, you're communicating your feelings across so that, you know, the other person doesn't know what you're thinking or what's going through your mind, so making sure that you're communicating very well. Yeah, really, I'm not quite, probably when you guys talk about but yeah.
I think I'd probably use a similar word to you, say challenges, because I don't think I've had one or two specific big tests in my marriage, but I definitely say in terms of going from a married couple to having children, that was definitely a challenge for us in terms of now recognising that things were very different. We were, lots of things changed, and that we were looking after this little person, or now these two little people, and you know, lots of things changed. It was all about the two of us before, and actually, you know, for me, I know for me when I became a mum, it was very much, these are my children and I need to make sure everything's okay. And you're an adult, you can do things yourself.
Yes.
My husband needed me too, so yeah, it was definitely about, that was one challenge for us that we had to work through.
I'd say for me, probably same. There hasn't been like one major thing. I would say definitely having kids in the mix has changed things a lot. And I don't know, for me, I think just getting used to the fact that my husband is his own person. Like, we never lived together before we got married. So we dated for 7 years. We got married seventh year. And it was totally different living with someone that was totally different to me. His habits were totally different. The way he liked things were totally different. Where he's a bit more chilled, I like things a certain way. So I was finding that maybe sometimes where I didn't really need to, I would nitpick. And I was always nitpicking, and it became an issue. It did become an issue. And with my husband, like, he would tend to overlook things, and it would only ever become a problem when, obviously, I've overstepped, and Funsho, I'm a hothead. I do overstep a lot. But I'd say probably another big challenge for me is I'm not very open with my feelings. Usually, I'm not. My mom knows, my sister, they all know. They're like, oh, Funsho, just leave her. They call me the tenant at home because I typically would keep to myself.
The tenant,
and I know, they call me the tenant, especially when I used to work. With my husband, he likes open shows of affection. There's the 4 love language or something that they call them. He likes the whole affection thing, and where I'm, man, please leave me alone. I like my space. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
For me, it was more acts of service. I liked it when he helped around the house, and he always did that. So I guess for me, just trying to balance, like, he can't just always be given. I need to know when to actually step up and say, hey, these things I could do could potentially make him happier, not just happy. So that was a big challenge. Oh my God, it was brought up on more than not 1 or 2 or 3 occasions, several occasions. And it's just, I don't know, it's something that I've had to work on now. And just, I don't know, try and understand what would make him happy. Is it, I don't know, just casual hold on his hand, or just giving him a kiss, like spontaneous kiss or something. Yeah, he likes stuff like that. So, with the kids thing, I would say things definitely did change a bit once we had our first. Oh my God. I think, I don't know, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but it was a totally different ball game getting the kid into the equation. I had a really nasty pregnancy and even nastier delivery and birth. It took me about 3 months to recover. I was with my mum for 3 months. So going back home and then having to maybe do everything myself. My husband, he had to go to work, and I was always on his case, and it became an issue. It became a really, really big issue. And I think it was, for me, it was trying to just step back and see, like, yes, there's this new beautiful person in our lives now. Like, it's not really my husband's fault that, I don't know, I'm unwell, I'm still having to recover. So that was a big test in our marriage, just that whole period. I wouldn't say it was a certain thing, like I can't really answer your question. For me, I guess in a lot of ways things weren't exactly how I planned them to be. We still stayed in the same house we were before my son was born. So obviously there was a space issue, and then amongst that there were other issues, like I wasn't happy with my job. So it was a lot of little things, and obviously the only person I could take it out on was my husband. He took the brunt of all of my fury and my anger.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know, somehow
there's some strength in being able to actually recognise that, you know, it was me.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
There's definitely some strength and some growth, because for you to, because I'm guessing it, you know, in that moment, you probably weren't able to see that.
Yes.
It was you.
I totally agree.
You've come away to actually take a step back and say, actually, you know what? I don't need to be like that.
Yeah.
He's giving what he can give. You know, he's doing what he can do. What is it that I can do? And what is it that
different.
I can?
And he's an amazing dad, really amazing dad. And I think for me it was maybe finding something else to focus my energy on. So besides just stuff at home, like the family and my son, having, I don't know, maybe a hobby, something else. So I started this wedding planning. Oh my God, I've started so many different things. I started this wedding planning business, and it did pick up over the time. Yeah, I was on maternity for. So I think that helped, maybe just having a different focus and not, I don't know, maybe having some of my identity back. I wasn't working, it was just husband and my son. So.
Well, when you talk about identity, I mean, I think about, for me, one of my biggest hurdles or tests would be that transition from being single to being married. I found that so difficult because, you know, when I was single, it's just me, mum's house. If I go out with my friends, I go with my friends. You know, there's no thought behind it. It's just, I'm me.
Just go.
Just go. Yeah. But obviously, once you're married, you do have to consider the other person. Obviously, that then brings in a whole different level of like responsibility. And for me, it was quite overwhelming because I think, like, so in your marriage, it was reversed. I'm the very relaxed one. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. This is all cool. I'm chill. Whatever. But he's very, very, you know, particular. And he's very, very much like, and this is what we're doing on this day, and this is what we're going to do, this is where we're going to go. So for me, having that kind of structure in my personal life. During work and, you know, at school, whatever, that's fine. But to have that kind of structure in my personal life, it was so overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
So overwhelming for me. And I did feel like I was actually starting to lose myself in that because it's almost like you're leaving what you know and what you're comfortable with to then adopt a completely different way of life.
Yeah.
I mean, over time that's worked itself out, hence why I can do 4 wives. But it took a while. It took a while to get there. It took a while to get into a routine of, or into kind of a flow where, okay, this is what he needs and this is what I need, and he understands what I need, and you know.
Yeah,
It's quite weird that you said you kind of lost your identity in that moment, because I felt like I lost my identity after my kids. That's where I felt, you know, I lost my identity. And my husband, he's very much, you know, he's more relaxed, and he's just like, you know, go. He was like encouraging me to go out with my friends and do all of that stuff. But you know, when I wanted to start my business, Bosses and Mums as well, it was very encouraging as well. And it gave me a place where I can be myself, because I'm a very ambitious person. So it was like, yeah, I can get back to being me, get back to that go-getter person, you know. So it's quite good that you said that. You know, it's different for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I think similarly, I guess for me it was about, another thing was around somebody challenging perhaps things that you do every day. So however many years I was my own person, did my own thing, and so actually I just thought that's how things work.
That's how life is.
This is how it is. And so to have someone who doesn't do things like that, and I can be still, I'm working on it, but, you know, can be someone who, you know, if I do it this way, you need to be doing it that way too, because this is how it should be. This is how it's done. And you know, my husband, he's pretty laid back too, but equally we can both be quite stubborn in that he says he does things this way, I do things this way, and so it took a lot of compromising to realising that actually we can both do things differently, and it can be amazing, it can be beautiful, and it can still work.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it reminds me. For me, I'm very particular about how I do my washing up. Don't just leave cutlery in the sink, especially if you're not gonna wash it. If you're not gonna wash it, don't just leave it there. Put it in maybe a little thing of water. Yeah. Because at least that way the food doesn't start. So like the fork, because that really grosses me out when you can see food in the fork.
Yes.
Oh, I hate that. And it's all dry and you can't quite get it out. So if you're gonna leave cutlery just anyhow, please leave it in some water. Yeah. At least when I get there I can wash it. No! He doesn't want to do it. Just dumps the spoon on the plate in the sink. And it's just like, well then if you do that and I put another plate on top and it's all gonna fall over and then you're gonna have broken dishes and you know, hey. But after a while actually you do have to let it go. It's like, you know what? Yeah. It's just a spoon. It's just a fork. You've got a dishwasher. If you really have that issue with it, put it in there.
I feel like that would be probably one of the main challenges, really, because you have your own way of doing things.
That's it.
And I lived by myself, you know, before.
Yeah,
I was a bachelorette. How do you say it again?
Bachelorette.
I can't say the word, but I was, you know,
living your life.
Yeah.
You were living your best life.
I was living my best life. Literally, I was, and you know, like the other day, to be honest, we have like the airing cupboard, so we have like the sheets there. So I was like, okay, this one's for guests, this one's for like, you know, trying to organise it and trying to explain, because he was doing it, helping me out. You know, it's fine. Like he helps out a lot.
That's good.
But there's a way you do things. And oh my gosh, I was trying to explain to him, and he was like, yeah, but you know, if they're gonna sleep on R1 or what, I said, no, that's not the point. Like, you know, you need to separate these things. I just stopped her. I couldn't even take it. I was just like, you know what, I can't deal with this.
I can't deal with this anymore.
I can't deal with it. Like stuff like that. That's what we probably.
There's a little bit.
That's what we probably deal with, and then I'll just walk off. Then I'll calm down. I'll be like, you know what, he did help out. Yeah. So I'll come back around.
And I think part of it comes from as well. The pressure and expectations that you kind of put on yourself, that the wife that you should be. And my husband as well, he helps out a lot. To be honest, you know, when we think about it in terms of around the house, he's amazing. He'll wake up in the morning and he starts doing everything. But I remember at the beginning, that used to make me feel...
You guys are blessed.
Yeah, no, he is, but he's amazing. But at the beginning, that used to make me feel like,
you have to do something.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm the wife of this home. I need to be doing this. I need to be doing that.
I didn't feel like that.
I did.
I was like, yeah,
I need to be doing that.
you need to do.
Now I'm better with that. But at the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, why am I not doing this? I should be. And that was stressful. He used to be like, just relax. But I used to struggle with that. But exactly now, it's like, you know what?
Do you know what? I'm hearing you guys do this.
I'm blessed then. I'm blessed.
I wish I had that. I'm sorry, my husband would wake me up like, don't you want to get up now?
No.
The sun is almost up. Come on, hello.
When my daughter was born, I made sure I set the scene to make sure that he knows he has responsibilities. I hope he doesn't watch this. I mean, he was the first person to do everything for my daughter. As soon as she was born,
he
he
changed
the nappy, everything. And I was laughing. I was like,
You're like, yeah. This is like,
keep going.
my husband cheated. We had a discussion about when his mum was allowed into the house. No, she's always allowed in the house, don't get me wrong. But I think for me, because I was overwhelmed with being a wife, because we had a baby not too long after we got married, and then we now have this baby. I just wanted that moment, that time, just to kind of catch my breath, pushed out this child. Let's just be a family for one day, one night, you know, whatever it was. I think actually I wanted a week at first. They were like, "What? My mother needs to come." So we settled on one night, one day, and then your mother can come the day after I get home from the hospital. She was on the couch waiting for me when I arrived home. So my husband never did any of the nappies. If I didn't do it, his mother did. Story of my life. But no, I guess it is different. It's different because there are different things that will test a marriage. There are different things that will, push your boundaries and challenge you. But it's about compromise. It is. You do have to communicate. And you do have to, in terms of the love languages, you do have to kind of understand, or at least be open to understanding what the other person is saying and where the other person is coming from, because otherwise you're literally hitting your head against a brick wall, because you've got what, 20 plus years of being you. You've got 20 plus years of being you, and now you're coming together. Like you have to both just work at it, because if not, it's just unbearable.
Yeah.
Also, I was reading the book the other day, and sometimes we expect our husbands to understand, I was saying this in the beginning, understand what we're feeling as well. And we want them to make us happy and do things, but really and truly they don't know how we're feeling inside. So communication again is definitely important. Not expecting stuff from them, I think is definitely important as well. And using your words carefully as well, because those are powerful, especially when you do have an argument or something. You need to really be careful about the things that you say, because you can't take these things back.
No, it's true. It's true. And yes, there might be men. They're all men, right? But they might be big and macho, but they're still softies. They're still little babies, and they still want that cuddle. They still want they want their wife to love them, and they want their wife to think about them and care for them in the way that they in the way would want and expect. Well, maybe not expect. Well, expect.
I make it a point to compliment my husband and tell him his strengths. Yeah, definitely. He's got a lot of great strengths. Like, I love it. But I make it a point and make it a conscious decision to make sure that I am giving them compliments as well, because again, we're all human as well, and it's always good for them to hear their wives say that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that. So I do make that conscious decision.
And a happy hubby. Well, no, that's not the same. A happy wife is a happy life. But on that note, thank you all so much for contributing to the conversation. I hope you enjoyed being part of the episode. And thank you all for watching. Please do comment, like, subscribe, share the link with other wives, other mummies, let them see what it's like to actually be in a marriage and just kind of hear from us. But also, if you do have opinions or suggestions or advice or tips for any of us or any other women that you think maybe we should pass this on, do let us know. Send it in. You can DM me on Instagram. You can send an email, slide in the DMs, or you can just leave a comment below. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye now.
Bye.
What did you think? Did you like it? Join us on Instagram and let's carry that conversation going. Let's keep it going. What were your lows? What did you find, what would you say was the most difficult thing that you had to adjust to after getting married? And don't forget to like, subscribe. What else? Oh, there's a Spreaker, there's a SoundCloud, so obviously go follow them. Listen to it on the way to work if you want to remind yourself of our lovely conversation. or, you know, click subscribe on YouTube. I don't know, is it here? Is it there? There? I don't know how to do all that stuff yet, but don't worry, I'll learn, I'll practice. But yeah, so like, subscribe, follow. Yeah, and I guess other than that, I'm off to bed because I am tired. And I hope to see you next week for the next episode. Alright guys, thank you so much. Bye.